Alright, and welcome to part 2. Now we're going to go check out Saskatchewan, and we'll start moving up north, visiting Alberta and Vancouver and Yukon, Nunavut, and Yellowknife. First, let's check out Saskatchewan, which I think is supposed to be rural Canada. It's got a big train track running through and lots of farmland, so that's going to be interesting, and also an extreme challenge to spell. Alright, after trying to spell it like 6 times, I have finally spawned at Saskatchewan, which contains, looks like a train stop where there's little grain places where it can drop grain into the trains, which are pretty, grain in the trains, that sounds weird, but tunnel down here that the train comes out of, stops right here, and then these are like big giant barns with little grain machines, or hay in this instance, where they can drop off hay into the train. Pretty cool. Some barns down there. He really added some awesome stuff. Looks like there's water towers around as well, which are pretty cool. I'm going to spawn an off-roader, which will be fitting for the terrain that we're in right now, and explore these little farm locations, see what kind of cool stuff we can find. Or at least stuff that's new. So there's lots and lots of wheat fields around here, which makes it kind of difficult to see which locations look like what, but we got barns and regular double-decker buildings. Look like this farmer's doing very good for himself. He's got 2 cars, big mansion and 2 barns, lots of land. Looks like they're all pretty generic. I think that's a new building right there. We'll have to check that out, but looks like we've got also a water silo. Maybe you'll be able to fill up canteens on that, I don't know, but that'd be pretty interesting to find out. And there was another one down on the other side of the train tracks over, I can't really see right now because I got these dang wheat things in my way. Yeah, there's another one right there. It looks like most of these little farmlands are scattered all over the place, but they're containing models that are already in the game, so there isn't much. Oh Jesus, where did you come from? But there aren't very many reasons to explore those locations. We kind of get the idea of what those look like, but it's just a lot of them all over the place, so pretty interesting. Just Saskatchewan is just really broad rural area, lots of farmland, pretty cool. Next up, let's check out Alberta, and then we'll move on down to Vancouver, which looks like it has a big dock for shipping and cruises or something, and that'll be pretty cool. Looks like in Alberta, looks like a kind of scaled down version of Nova Scotia. Got kind of the same stuff. Small little double-decker business places, another school with a playground out front, post office, gas station, and another relatively big ooh, a new gun! Ooh, this gun store! Ooh, that's new. We haven't seen that yet. So, looks like over here in Alberta, I forgot what it was called. No, it's in my way. But it looks like this is the only place so far that we've seen that has a gun store, which is pretty cool. Looks like everything else is usual stuff. I'm gonna check out this gun store. See what's pretty. See if there's anything nice in here. Looks like we didn't find any guns actually, or an ammunition box. That's pretty cool. But there's little gun cabinets, little gun target things, and that's about it in the gun store. And then an alleyway out back. There might be some stuff back here. Nope, but just separated with fences to separate the residential section with the business section. This is a bank. Pretty cool. And then these 2 double-decker buildings, which are unfurnished, but are going to be pretty cool when they're done. That's pretty cool. So that was, it starts with an A. I forgot it. But next up, let's check out Vancouver. Ooh, check that out. I mean, that immediately got my attention, but first let's check out all these little other mini locations. Got a library, pizza, police, some more residential buildings, a cafe, fire station, botanist. Looks like, well, the botanist isn't furnished. Are any of them furnished? So it looks like none of the buildings over here are furnished. Well, the library is. Although I guess you can kind of copy and paste that around. But, uh-oh. Please don't hurt me. Anyway, so it looks like some regular buildings for residential and businesses. And these are some new tents. This is a big desert military tent with gun, like, briefcases inside and bunk beds and stuff. Ooh, look at that military zombie. That's the first military zombie we've seen. He's a big, bulky guy. He's got a Canada symbol on his shoulders. So these are the first military guys that we've seen so far. So there's little military guys like this, and then there are armored military guys like that, which are pretty cool. So those are updated. And look at this. We have these big sky cranes to load up crates on these big giant like freighters, and some trains over there, train tracks as well to load up on these freighters. And this looks like is the same design as the SS Haven in Alberta, except it's just more detailed. It's got these trims around the doors, and this one's got a bunk bed over here, and then this is where the kitchen is. Yep. And got little kitchen counters and such. And then these are the little captain quarters with a steering wheel and everything. Back here. Before there used to be a little storage place right here. But it did definitely have these little tables in the corners. Pretty cool. Some more shipping crates on the left side of the ship. I'm sure there's probably some sort of special term for the left and right side, like port and starbound or whatever. But, you know, right side of the ship, this is a train place. Left side we got the crates. And then there's crates on the ship itself. And then medical tents, some more military tents out front. Which I'm assuming once the item spawns are in, those are locations where you can find military gear. Or at least one of them. And I believe this place right here is a military location. So we'll have to check that out. So I just started driving accidentally in the wrong direction, and when I looked at the map, I just now noticed that square location down there. So I just decided that I should probably just keep going on this path and see what that place is. And seeing that watchtower is promising, so it looks like this might be actually a military location. Yeah, very cool. So our first full military location, covered with barbed wire out front and lots of square sandbags. Parking up front. How friendly of them. But inside you can find a military ammunition box. We have these barrack hangar places. The barracks are now like circular hangar places, and then these are some little business places or something. We can find some military tops. These are new. Red halo sight. Shooting range out back. Maybe several of those. I didn't get to see them. Extra supplies out here. There's a hole in the wall right there. But yeah, 2 shooting ranges right here, a little watchtower right here. Very cool. It's kind of a small little military base, but it's a military base nonetheless, and you can find military gear inside of it. Very cool. It isn't on the map. It doesn't have its own little section, but it's on the map. I'm assuming military locations aren't going to be marked on the map, so you're going to have to figure them out for yourselves. But anyway, that was, I mean, I can't really give it a name, but that was a moderately small military base. Now let's check out that original place that we were going to look at in the first place. One thing that I've noticed on this is that it runs so smooth. I'm running at like 60 frames per second right now, whereas when I play in Wickerville or on Matchbox Isle, that just doesn't happen. Should be on the other side of this hill. And, well, no. Right here? Whoa! Oh, Jesus! Oh, alright, we're good. But looks like this is a quarry. Very cool. It is a military location like what I thought at first, but it's still very cool. It's got little oil derricks and a giant saw. My God, look at that. Yeah, that'll kill some zombies. We should be able to drive this around and just shred some zombies with it. But it's got a big saw to cut through the ground. Very interesting. This is huge. And then some picnics, a little barbecue place, helicopter pad, small little buildings for the managers and stuff to sleep in. More big saws, more big oil derricks, big radio place. It's awfully barren, but he's got the big things first, which is pretty cool. So anyway, very big quarry. That's pretty cool. Next, let's check out our first snow location, and this is called Yukon. We are now in Yukon. Do I have the proper snow gear? Yes, good. And very snowy indeed. It'll be a little bit difficult to explore these locations because sight is limited, but it's got a clothes store, double-decker brown house, gas station, residential building, a playground. No, that was a soccer place or whatever, soccer field. There's gas, a mechanic shop. Yep, and we got the soccer field right here. And over here, I think this is a grocery store. Yep, grocery store. And a little cabin out at the end. So small little just town out in the extremely cold section of Canada. Nothing too special right here. Just another simple town for you to explore on your journey. I'm going to keep traveling north because I think up here is another military base, and this will be a little bit interesting because it's going to be a snowy military base, which is something that we haven't seen at all before. And we just made it there. What does it say right there? Scorpion 7? I just missed it. Scorpion 7 Institute of Tomorrow. So this must be a science location or something? All these guys are science dudes? It looked like it when I ran them over. Yeah, I think these are all science lab guys. And I may have just pooped on their science lab experiment, but there's a radio tower here, lots of radio dishes, a hangar in here. Interesting. Maybe this was the source of the virus. A science experiment gone wrong. There's a helicopter pad, a small little runway right here. No airplanes to be seen though, but that's pretty cool. And then some crates back here, and then a big building right here, which doesn't have a name on it. Maybe it does on the other side. But it's got a cafeteria in here. More science-like lab things here. And, ooh, little chemistry lab in here. No, I think that's supposed to be a periodic table. That's pretty funny. Yeah, we got a little periodic table right there. And then, oh, what? You rebels. Anyway. You got scientists going crazy up on the lab, but there's 2 chemistry labs and little microscopes and such. It looks like it's 2 stories. 3 stories! It goes down underground. But up on the roof, up here, I guess it's not really 3 stories. This is just the roof. But you can get up to the roof. And then there's a basement down here with broken... Oh my god! They're growing zombies! Oh! You guys did cause the apocalypse, you monster! Ah! So these must be some of the secret locations that Nelson has been talking about. Some stuff that he didn't want to show us and for us to find out ourselves. And you guys saw it right here. The source of the zombie apocalypse was because in whatever town I'm in right now, it isn't a town, because of a terrible science experiment gone wrong. As you can see, one zombie got out, and that's all that really needed to happen. But they've been growing zombies in a remote science lab in the middle of nowhere. That's pretty cool. Anyways, it looks like we came across a rogue science lab or science experiment gone wrong up here, so that was pretty cool. But lastly, let's check out Nunavut, and then there's a town right next to it as well. So I am now in Nunavut, which contains, I think, an igloo and a little sign. Is this like the North Pole or something? I am so confused. There's a little igloo in here. Can you go inside? Does it keep you warm? No. But you can go inside the igloo. Pretty interesting. So it looks like Nunavut is just kind of an igloo town of very strange people who choose to live in a place like this. There are clothes in here. I need clothes. Gimme. Am I still freezing? Not as much, but... Anyway, so Nunavut is a bunch of igloo places. These are new little structures, which are pretty cool, but I'm freezing to death and I need to go to a different location. But anyway, Nunavut isn't actually a town. It's just some interesting place in the middle of nowhere. Very cool. And in Yellowknife, it's kind of the same idea as the... what was the other place called? Yukon. And looks like this has just got more cabins. It's got a practitioner and a library this time. But in the library, it looks like none of the books you can actually pick up, which kind of sucks. But and then there's a school, and then a hardware shop, and that's about it. So just a kind of a straight road that goes through with lots of buildings on either side. But with that, I think that's pretty much everything in the Canada map as a whole. It's a large map with lots of stuff to explore, and it's definitely an upgrade over the dev tests that we've been playing around for so long. So I can't wait for servers to start hosting this. This will be pretty fun. We can actually get going on playing some Unturned online, massively online, which will be pretty cool. But that should cover up all of the major locations we explored. In terms of locations that aren't like marked, we explored this airport, this quarry, this military base, and then the rogue science lab gone wrong. That was very cool. and then we explored all these major locations. But that's very cool. We'll definitely have to go out and explore some of these other like random locations sometime in the future. But as of right now, that ends part number 2 of the Canada exploration map. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to rate, comment, subscribe, and do all that gibberish, because Me Like Big Boom is out.